Helen Yee here in Houston, Texas for UFC 265 Fight Week, being joined by the one and only, the California dad, Mr. Urijah Faber. Now, first off, how's Callie and Mr. Chill Rome doing?
Oh man, they're amazing. I actually just got a whole slew of pictures from them at Fairy Tale Land.
Okay.
Some awesome ones. They had a great day. Callie got to pet some animals, and Rome was just chilling out per usual. But the dad life's been great. It's been awesome.
And you're such a great dad. And is Callie still pursuing her hashtag Olympic Training Center, right? Her swimming?
She does something physical every day. We do get in the spa. She swims. She doesn't really walk anywhere. She runs everywhere. So we don't know what she's going to do, but something. She's doing something. Yeah.
Well, you guys are definitely doing something right in your household. Beautiful family of the year, I might add. But so much going on, and we are here for Fight Week. Song Yadong, he's fighting Casey Kenney this weekend. What are your expectations for him going into the fight?
Well, it's a very tough matchup. You know, Casey Kenney considers himself a world-class grappler, and he trains with some of the best guys in the division as far as striking, and he's an all-around guy. So I think Casey Kenney's strongest thing is his willpower and his ability to push the pace, and Song's been making huge gains on that side of his game. He's always been very technical standing, and he's got a great understanding of all parts of the mixed martial arts game, but he's been adding a lot to his skill set as a young guy that works as hard as he does. It's as focused as he is. He's getting better and better and better, and I think at the end of the day, you've got two guys that are championship material, but one is going to be a little bit better, and I think that's Song.
And there's so much going on for you over at Team Alpha Male. Just the other day, it was announced that Chad Mendes, someone we last saw at UFC 232 back in December 2018, he just signed with Bare Knuckle Boxing. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, first off, Chad is, if you touch him, he feels like steel. So if I would put one person on a list that I wouldn't want to punch with my bare hand, it would be Chad Mendes. I mean, you could break your hand on his shoulder, let alone on the head of his. So, you know, I think Chad is in a great place. Personally, he's got his babies, his one and his one on the way. He's got his businesses that are thriving. He's got the beef company that he's got. He's got his hunting, his fins and feathers, and his what's the fins and feathers and the gills and thrills with Clay Guida. He's got his rubs, and he's just like, you know what? I think he feels like he wants to compete, but he doesn't want to have to cover all the ground, the wrestling, the jiu-jitsu, the mixing it together. He's like, I get in a boxing match, it's 10 minutes, two-minute rounds, 5 of them, and have a lot of fun. So I'm excited for him.
When did he first approach you about wanting to come back and just compete?
Well, he was getting, you know, interest from that company for a while, and we just kind of put it out there to him, and he's like, I'm not going to even mess with it unless it's about, you know, worth my time, and I think they got pretty close to making it worth his time, and so he said, you know what, sounds like a good time. I've known Chad since he was in high school and all through college, and he enjoys the fight game. It's not like it's something that's a dreaded thing for him. He actually loves it, and so being able to compete and be a guy that has been in tip-top shape all the way throughout his retirement time. I mean, he just pushes himself on runs and on cycling and does his weightlifting, and on top of being an active hunter all the time. So it makes sense for him to jump in and make some cash and have some fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And I believe his debut's in October, right?
We don't have the details exactly, but I think that's approximately when it is, yeah.
Well, someone else that you know extremely well, Cody Garbrandt, he'll be officially moving down to the Flyweight division, fighting Kai Kara France. When you first heard his opponent would be Kai, were you kind of surprised by that?
A little bit. You know, Cody, I think, had been promised an opportunity to challenge for the belt to go down in 25s, and then he took that Rob Font fight up at 35s just to kill time, because it was going to be a long time before that 25-pound championship fight was going to happen. It didn't go his way, and so it kind of is a setback. But on the other side of things, he's now going to get to kind of warm up Not that the opponent is a warm-up fight per se, but make sure he can make the weight, not on scratch weight, make sure that he feels great before he goes in and fights for the title, and he'll do great. I mean, Cody's one of the most gifted athletes that I've seen in the sport on a bunch of different levels, and really getting his mind in focus and consistency and the injuries out of the way is going to be the key for him to making the most out of this drop.
And what about going down to 125 and the process for him to cut that additional 10 pounds?
He's already on with Trifecta Nutrition, and he's got specialists that he's talking to about the cut. He's always been a smaller guy for the weight class, a lean guy at that, so it's still going to be a tough cut for him, but 135 pounds was not a tough cut for him. He's on the team with guys, even Halen Pavia that just had that big win against Kyler Phillips. He went up from 125 and hits 160 pretty easily, and Cody's never seen 160. He's right around 153 at the height. In camp he gets below the 50 mark into the 40s. So I think it's going to be a great move for him. I think it's going to be a successful move for him.
Well, I know all the fans are looking forward to his flyweight debut. Now, you are a legend of the sport, one of the OGs. So I'm kind of curious to get your thought on, right now, a big thing is a lot of MMA fighters going into boxing and or vice versa. And with Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley, that fight's coming up just around the corner. What do you make of that and how Tyron will do?
Well, Tyron's a world-class athlete, and to be honest, the Paul brothers, they're taking this very serious. It's not like they're just some chumps that are entertainers. They've actually been high school wrestlers, pretty decorated high school wrestlers, and now a real focus and passion for the boxing world. Do I think it's going to be enough to beat a guy like Tyron? Probably not, but on the same side, I never count on anybody that believes in themselves, and I know on both sides guys will be believing in themselves, and they're both going to be working really hard, and who has more to gain on the fight? I would say probably the Paul brothers, not for the monetary side, but for their own personal journey. Tyron's gonna get a great payday, and he's always a game competitor, but it's not like he's looking to have a career in like the freak show fight game. So this is probably going to be a one-off thing for him, and I give him the edge, obviously, but the Paul brothers are trying to become the highest-paid prize fighters on the planet, and that's what their goal is. So this is one step in the journey for them.
And lastly, for all your fans, what would you like to let them know?
Just enjoy the fights. I mean, this is a great time in the fight game. It's a weird time in the world, so stay positive and stay healthy and do your research and make smart decisions.